Sophie's golden retriever Max was her best friend. Every evening, he spent hours in the garden, sniffing around the flowers or lying in the grass, before coming inside with his wagging tail. But that one night, Sophie would never forget. It started like always. Max stayed outside a little longer while Sophie, dressed in her pajamas, watched a movie. Around 10:30, she heard scratching at the back door. She walked to the kitchen. There stood Max, just like always. His head was tilted slightly to the side, his tongue hanging from his mouth. Max walked in, shook off his fur, and lay at her feet while she turned off the TV. But something felt off. Max made no noise. No soft whines, no little groans like he normally made when drifting to sleep. His breathing was heavy, almost deliberate. "You're quiet tonight," Sophie mumbled as she looked at him. His eyes, normally so bright and warm, seemed darker, unnaturally large. He stared at her without blinking. She decided to ignore it and went to bed. Max followed her to the bedroom and curled up on the rug at the foot of her bed. But in the middle of the night, Sophie woke to a sound. It was barking, but it came from outside. Confused, she got up and walked to the window, pulling back the curtains. In the pale moonlight, she saw Max. He was standing by the garden gate, looking at her with his familiar, cheerful expression. His tail wagged as if he was greeting her. Her heart pounded in her chest. Slowly, she turned back toward the creature lying in her bedroom. It wasn't Max. The thing stared at her with a twisted grin. Its body seemed to stretch unnaturally, as if it was trying to crawl out of its own skin. Slowly, it stood up, its legs trembling as if it had only just learned to walk. A sound, somewhere between a growl and a human voice, escaped its throat. Sophie gasped and bolted for the door, but the creature was faster. It stood on two legs now, a distorted shadow of her beloved dog. "Thank you," it whispered in a deep, rasping voice, "for letting me in." Sophie's screams vanished into the night, while outside, by the garden gate, Max kept barking. Did you enjoy this story? Check out my channel for more stories.